So what's going on, my man?
What's up, bro?
I'm this.
All
You
good?
are
Pixel?
Pixel. Okay, so we here with Pixel. We're gonna interview you today. So understand you from the UK rap scene.
Yeah, man, I've been doing this a long time.
Okay. Well, from my understanding of UK rap scene, are you a grime artist or are you a rap artist?
I mean, for me, like I wouldn't associate myself as a grime act. I mean, I think there is some crossover, and I think I like to be versatile with the stuff I record. So, in terms of tempos and stuff, it changes a lot. But for me, I was rapping before grime existed.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I associate more as a rapper.
So would you call grime what we call trap music?
I mean, grime definitely represents the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I just think personally, I mean, it is a style of music and it isn't. I think that line is very, very blurry and it will continue to blur more. I mean, there is a big trap/drill kind of movement going on at the moment. But times change, man. I think when I started rapping, though, it was very much like an East Coast, New York kind of thing that influenced me a lot. So, me personally, I associate myself as a rapper, and I would say I'm a rapper. Although, do I listen to grime? Yeah, of course I listen to grime. I love grime.
Okay.
I love grime, but I think it would be false of me to say I'm a grime act just because I'm from the UK. I mean, I'm a rapper, and I think there is a style difference between grime and hip hop. That will continue to change, but definitely a rapper, yeah.
Well, there's definitely a market for UK rap in the States.
For sure.
We dig it. we dig it. We fuck with it. We like it. So, where you from in the UK?
I was born in South London. We here right now. Still here. But I was born literally walking distance from here, King's College Hospital. So I'm a South. Oh, for real?
Yeah, I was born
Okay.
in King's College Hospital. That's what's up.
Yeah, I think we was all probably born there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah. So for me, South London is where I'm from. I never really ventured too far, to be honest. South London, I've kind of moved all over South, but I've never really ventured too far out there. I'm a South Londoner, kind of born and bred.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get back into what age did you start rapping and what influenced you to start
What age?
rapping?
They can make me do maths.
Quick maths.
So yeah, quick maths. So I started rapping. I mean, I started writing lyrics like 2000, 2001. But back then, honestly, I didn't really do that in order to make music or to even rap them. I don't know. I just liked rap music, and I was kind of just wanted to do that.
Right,
back then, it was weird to hear an English accent, hear an English voice on anything like that, really.
Right.
And a lot of the rappers, anyone that did try and rap, mainly rapped in an American accent, actually, which I never wanted to do. And I think now it's good that there's no need for that. Like, rap is about being yourself, essentially, like being real. Let's keep it real.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a big stereotype, but essentially, yeah, So I would say I started making music properly in 2002. I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah, 19 at the time. You can do the maths there. That's bad. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah. So I would say 2002. Yeah, first project I ever put out was 2002, which is a long time ago now.
Okay. We'll touch some more bases because we definitely want to hear some tracks from the first album. So we'll wait on that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just talk some more. But like, who influenced you to rap as far as listening to music? And you said, you know what, I like what he's doing. I want to try it too.
Okay. I mean, lots of influences really, but I mean, I really liked the two rappers that really kind of stuck with me were Jadakiss and Prodigy, which was obviously we're talking New York rap, but like they kind of like I don't know that they kind of drove me to write lyrics. I really liked their skills.
Right.
If you know what I mean, especially Prodigy. Prodigy's songwriting ability is insane. R.I.P. by the way, but
Yes,
no, P.
R.I.P.
P. And obviously, my name's Pixel. I refer to myself as P as well. It's like, but Prodigy at one point in time he was my favorite, so to speak. I kind of moved to Jadakiss after a while. I don't know, man. It's that East New York. It's very like home of hip hop. That's what I grew up listening to. That was my main influence. Nas is a huge influence.
Okay. So is that how you would describe your sound?
I mean, I think in
With
2002,
influence,
yes,
blended?
yeah. I think in 2002, I definitely hit some of those same kind of vibes. I never been. I mean, I have made party music, but that's not really what I'm in it for.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean. Like I always wanted to write songs and say something. So yeah, heavily influenced by Nas, the way that he can tell a story. I mean, he's pretty much the best storyteller there is, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, I would say Nas. Obviously Jay. I mean, those Biggie. Like that's my era.
Okay.
That's
right,
my era.
Right. So
The classics. I was a big Tupac fan as well.
So from that point of listening to transitioning to making your own music, and even then from making your own music to even hearing more and getting more influence, how would you describe that?
I mean, yeah, I never really stopped listening. Like I feel like in terms of hip hop, I'm quite eclectic. Like I listen to everything, like even new stuff now. Those were my influences back then. Like, but I listen to everything. Like literally listen to everything. I'm always on that hunt for even when I was younger. I used to always hunt down that music that no one knew about.
Right.
I try and be, I don't know why, but I tried to be like, I wanted to be that first person to find this artist. Oh, you haven't heard, you don't know about this guy. You don't know about this guy, which is a weird kind of anti-populist way of looking at it. But that's what I did when I was younger. I mean,
yeah, I could speak for myself and say I was like that. I know a lot of my friends was like that too.
Yeah, definitely. Like just try and be on the next wave, like
Right.
before everyone else.
Exactly.
Heavily influenced by rap music and American culture in general. I'm a huge basketball fan, like huge.
Okay.
I used to play ball.
Yeah.
Still somewhat play ball, not really. But, yeah, basketball was my life at some point. I don't know, and it's like hip hop and basketball has a kind of synergy.
Yes.
Like they're just, you cannot separate them really.
Yes. I agree with that statement.
Yeah. So I mean, American culture in general, like we were speaking before, like there's literally photos of me 9-10 years old wearing Atlanta Falcons jersey. Actually, although I was a 49ers fan, I don't know, Joe Montana and that.
Still had a jersey.
Yeah, I had loads of jerseys. That was the point. I liked, and even to this day, I'm a OKC fan, but I'm wearing a Magic Thunder. They lost to them last night. I'm still rocking that. But yeah, I'm just a fan of American culture in general. Like, I'm heavily influenced by that for a long time growing up. I think because at that time it felt different, if you know what I mean. Like everyone was listening to in my school. Like I was with dudes that are listening to Oasis, if you know what I mean. Like, and that's what was hot at the time. Like, that's what was popping. And to be honest, those albums are really good. But at that same time, I'm not listening to that. I'm listening to Tribe Called Quest or something just off the wall. So I don't know. The same with the way basketball works with football. Everyone's playing football. I was kind of off in the corner practicing my dribbling.
Okay.
Like just kind of making my own lane and not kind of following the pack. I've always kind of tried to do that, I think. And that's like what I was talking about with kind of seeking out new music. Kind of always trying to find my own, just trying to seek out what's new and what people don't know about. I just want to surprise myself. I want to find that new big thing. But heavily influenced by America in general. I'm not scared to say that. Like, although now it's good that UK stuff is there. Like at the time I didn't think it was really possible, but
we consuming a lot of the UK culture now. A lot of, especially man's not high.
Yeah.
So
no, for sure.
So let's talk about what you're working on now. Your new project, or you said it's already out.
Oh, so there was an album I put out in May, The Resolution. Which is basically, I think, 5 or 6 years in the making, depending on who you ask. I mean, it was a tough project to put together. It's a very emotional project. I mean, the idea came about, and I wanted to do it justice because it's a very I don't know. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of stories. A lot of like reference to people and just real things that happen. Basically, the album's about. Obviously, the name is The Resolution. It's about finding resolution with certain people. But essentially, it's about growing up and just I don't know, just dealing with those things really. And that was a strenuous process. It was. I don't know. Art is like that. I think how I intended it to finish, it didn't finish like that, but it worked out for the best. I mean, it's a really condensed, emotional, like kind of snapshot, and for that, I really like how it turned out.
Okay.
That's on all the platforms, by the way. Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, Google. I don't know. Deezer.
It's out there consuming.
Yeah. It's
out there for consuming.
No, check it out because I mean it's a snapshot of a moment of time in my life. It took me a long time, like literally over 5 years. Those songs were recorded and mixed. All the beats are made by Jack Kennedy, who's a friggin' genius. It's my boy. Man, it just grew and it turned into something that I never really imagined. I mean, it's a body of work that goes together. It's a really tight piece of work. Although it obviously releasing it 5 years later comes with its own kind of issues. Like obviously it's not. I'm not trying to be. It's not supposed to sound current or anything like it. That it is what it is, and it is kind of like a time in the past, which I think it does a good job of doing. But in terms of new stuff, so that's been out since May. It's doing really well. Lots of positive feedback, man. It's been love really.
Good.
But definitely. New stuff is ready to go when I put that out. I'm not really sure right now.
Okay.
Because we're trying to work out some videos. I think the thing that it didn't have is videos. There is a lyric video for the single off there, which is called The Plan, featuring Terence Calvert, which is, I mean, probably the most successful song on there. It turned out really well. But there's a lyric video on there. But yeah, definitely wanna bring some videos with the next project for sure.
So. After we talk about, what your work is, we got to talk about the industry. And so, what's the music industry like here for people who don't know?
I mean, it's been interesting because obviously I've bumped heads with a lot of people, like I've made contact with a lot of successful people in this industry now. But obviously that was a long time ago. Like to see so many people like flourish, it's been amazing to watch. And I mean, art is art essentially. Not everyone became rappers. Some people became presenters. Some people became actors. Some people are still rapping to this day, and that's so amazing for me to see because, man, we worked so hard at it. We put in so much work back in those years, and it was like running into a wall.
Right.
And then suddenly something just changed, and to see everyone do so well was like, I mean, it's almost like I get. It makes me feel good to see them be successful because just to know it's possible and I mean it's a great time for UK in general. I don't want to limit it to just music. Like it's everything. To see people just doing their own thing and really like doing really well, being successful and having the world kind of take on our culture.
Yeah,
that's the most amazing thing, really.
Yeah, I think we could both agree that social media has made the world smaller. Because anything going on right now in Japan, we could find out in minutes.
If you want to find it, it's there.
Yeah, so I think due to the fact that social media has made the world smaller, a lot of other places are gonna start influencing each other across the world. So we got that as well. So yeah, definitely, I do see you. From talking to you, you're a very smart, intelligent dude. So I look forward to seeing you bridge the gap between here in the American industry as far as all of that. So how you wanna, where do you want to be in the American music industry?
Oh man, for me it's content, man. I think I'm all about the art. Like I'm all about the songs, which is probably the reason why I don't have many videos up until this point. I mean, I have done videos in the past, but I think it's all about the art form. I'm here to kind of write what's kind of, I don't want to sound too silly, but obviously what I'm feeling is what I write. And I'm very personal and kind of retrospective in the stuff that I make. Like that album, The Resolution, is about me.
Right.
This is like, it's not just a random bunch of tracks. Like that stuff is about me growing up and bad things that happened to me and bad people that I was in relationships with and how those relationships ended and how I dealt with that and just life, but my life,
Right.
like very retrospective. I don't always make music like that, but 9 times out of 10, what urges me to write is stuff that I'm thinking about, which is the stuff about my life.
Okay.
For that reason, it almost comes quite easy, if you know what I mean, because I'm never going to run out of subject matter because it's how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny because essentially it's a concept album, but even though I'm talking about other people a lot, it's all about me, essentially.
Yeah.
How that relates back to me and how I dealt with it, how that affected me. So,
Okay.
no, it's good.
That's what's up. You wanna give some shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, man, I'll do that. So, plenty of people to shout out. I won't go through the whole list, I'll do who's in the circle. But definitely Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy is like I said, he's a friggin' genius, man. He's working on a project with Jack Nimble, who is one of my day ones basically. But he has a project with Lanky Pockets, who is Jack Kennedy is a part of, along with Marvin and Beneficial as well. So they have a project coming out called Serve Yourself Saturday, which is coming out I think February, which is cool. My boy Trench is my day one, who when I first started recording in 2003, my mum's house, he was there. Like we went on this journey together. We kind of went on our own little separate journeys and like we turned back right to it again. And working alongside him a lot recently. Just putting out music officially has really put the battery in a lot of people's back around me, which has been great for me to see. Because, man, it's just like it ignited this passion all over again. Trench is on my new project called Strangers, which I'll probably drop December or January. I haven't really decided, but that's ready to go. I mean, that project is somewhat different to the resolution, obviously, because the resolution is 5 years old, which is crazy to think. But because it was finished, I just had to put it out. I needed people to hear it. But Strangers is a 4-track EP, which is with a new producer who I'm working with called Scully. I've known him for a while, but it's the first time actually working with him. So all 4 songs are produced by Scully. Scully is on the first song actually. Can't wait for people to hear that because it's gonna surprise a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of. It's almost like a return to hip hop for me because the resolution it has a lot of other influences on it, which is appropriate for that. But this is a much more. This is a hip hop EP, and it bangs. Like, I can honestly say it bangs. I can't wait to record videos and do videos for this because it's almost like I'm back to the essence again. And yeah, that's cool.
Sauce.
Yeah, always have sauce. Yeah, but
not juice, the sauce.
Yeah. So that's a 4-track EP called Strangers, which is on the way. Everything is pretty much lined up, ready to go. Can't wait to just hit the button, really. But we get everything right. We get the video right and stuff. Letting people see me for a change.
Okay, that's what's up. So I think that's it for the interview. I think that's it.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, man. Let's So you know, Pixel, we here, and this is the whole part of the interview process. Is we want to hear some of your art. So you know,
okay, cool.
Drop us an acapella 16. We'll run another beat or two and let you freestyle it.
Okay. Let me think. Let's go acapella. Damn right, I mean business. No, I do deals, but P stands for priceless, and that's exactly how it feels. My words over those spreadsheets, your work, it don't sell. I just ring up the transaction, inhale then exhale. I don't even pre like that. Fuck that. Man don't get P like that. Asking, why's it got to be like that? Honey, sometimes it bees like that. I better move quick for the money. See my time, it's all lovely. See there's nothing above me. Find me right where the love be. Yeah.